This show is brought to you by Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly helps bring your creative visions to life with generative AI tools that make it easy to imagine and create with ease, speed, and precision. Never again waste time, money, or throw out that photo because Adobe Firefly is here to save the day. Okay, Becca, you can welcome us.
Hello. Welcome to LadyGang Quickie. I'm Becca here with Jack and Kelty.
Hello. Hi, guys.
What's
Hi.
up?
I have a big issue. Just to start, I have been doing the thing that you do with your hair, Jack.
Oh, the twists?
Yeah, my twists don't come out the same way. Is it because I have a mullet haircut?
I think it might be, your hair is a little, because
It's too many layers.
Yeah, you're doing something weird.
I did
too
it
tight.
once. I did it once and mine looked really, really, really bad because it looked like really stringy on the bottom.
Mine does that too. I mean, it's probably just because of our hair texture and thickness.
But when I do other things to give it texture, it doesn't look so like weird and stringy on the bottom. I don't know. I think because it's like the twist is in and the bottom is like
It's just out.
Like
I think
little
your hair looks good though.
diamond straw.
You do?
Yeah, I do too.
I'm in between like growing it out or like literally getting a bob.
I
Oh my
love you
God.
with a bob. I love
Please.
you with a bob.
Well, one of us has to have a bob, and Becca's is grown out now, so it's.
I know.
And I'm never getting one again, so
Yeah.
it's you.
You do
know.
look so good with a bob.
I
No,
know.
you
I'm
should
thinking
do it.
about it for the Emmys, like
Yeah.
a week before getting my color done and then just like chopping it straight. And then I can always wig it or extension it. Like I'm
Yeah.
wearing
Yeah.
so much fake hair that it's like, it doesn't really matter what my real hair looks like. So
Yeah, I think you should do it. Go for
Okay.
a risk.
Yeah.
we'll see. Well, anyway, okay. So today, I was trying to think about this. Do you guys remember who we had on the show that was like, I have a never again list?
Mm-mm.
I
Oh,
don't-
yes.
Was it Lauren
no.
Speed?
No, it was our
Alexis?
People magazine fashion.
Oh, Andrea.
Yes, she has a list of never agains for fashion trends that she has
Yes.
tried and failed, and she's like, I can never go back.
Yes. Okay. So I thought when we recorded that, I was like, this is such a great idea for a show.
Mhm.
And so when we had Andrea on, she had this never again list where she collects things that she's done in her life or that she's worn. And she's like, she's a list in her phone where she's like, I constantly have to remind myself to never do this again.
Yeah.
And so I thought it would be so great for us to collectively talk through our list of never agains, how we came to the decision, decide if it remains on each other's never again list or if we should, consider removing. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So I want to start with something really easy. Activity.
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 My never again for sure is going to a club starting at 10 o'clock p.m. to dance. If I want to dance, I'm going to day dance. Okay. I really didn't understand when I lived in Las Vegas. I was like, why would there be a day club? Nobody needs a day
Oh
club.
my God,
We go to the
love it.
club at night. No.
Yeah.
Day club is like 2 p.m., a little flirty dance and a cocktail. This sounds like my dream. I can't believe I used to go out, work a full day, literally dance at a game on the nets, then go back to Keisha's house, shower, redo my hair and makeup, and then around 11:30 start the evening.
It's insane. Well, I've had this rule for quite a long time where I just don't go out after it's dark outside. So the timing changes throughout the year. So in the summer, it's like I'll go out at like 7:30. But in the winter, 4:30, like it's getting dark out, I'm staying home. Like that's just my hard and fast rule.
Yep. My activity was also a nightclub in Vegas. So it kind of falls under the same category. But I'll also, since you already took that, I also had a tie with I'm not going to say never. It's just something that I'm not going to look forward to if I need to do it. Roller skating, like at a roller rink. I did
Do
this.
you do this often, Becca?
No, as a child, I did it all the time and I loved it.
Oh my God,
But
rollerblading, amazing.
Oh, I used to love rollerblading. But I recently went to a couple Christmases ago. Zach's sister rented out an entire skating rink for the family to go like have a great time with the kids, the adults, whatever. And we went and I was so scared on roller skates. I could barely even do it. And B, I was like, I have a broken wrist. Like I'm manifesting my own broken wrist because it's so dangerous. And I'm like, I didn't want to have a cocktail because I didn't want to be too loose. I need to have all my like wits about me. But I just thought this is not my activity. It's just not it.
You need a cocktail to just like loosen you up just enough.
I was really scared. I was so scared. I like needed one of those little walker crawler things on the rink.
I mean, that's how I feel about ice skating. And I know when you guys did your little ice skating thing for LadyGang TV and you're both pretty good. I'm like, I can't.
I mean, pretty good is a stretch, Jack.
Well,
pretty good compared to me.
Kelty could at least like skate gracefully across the rink.
Just talking about this in the makeup room like 2 days ago because Tommy, who does hair at E! News, was in the Ice Capades. He was like a really good ice skater, like, and he could like triple sock how we watch videos of all the time. But then he was like, because we had posted the clip, and he was like, "Wait, they made you do this with hockey skates?" Like, if you had given me an actual figure skate with a toe pick, I could have really done something. But I was on the wrong
know
skate.
We were on a hockey skate.
In my defense,
no idea.
Wait, okay.
So I want to say my activity. My activity is, and I think that we've all decided this a while ago, but it's mingling with strangers anywhere that I'm not getting paid for. Like I am not going to like a mingling, like a gathering or a mixer unless I'm getting paid to be there because it's my biggest. I used to do it all the time when I was younger and then I'd have panic attacks. I'm like, I'm not good in social settings with strangers.
Yeah.
So unless I'm making a buck, I'm not doing it.
Right.
I had a similar, not to make this about me, but I had a very similar situation happen this weekend. It was Kristen Doty's housewarming party.
Yeah, see, that sounds hard for me to do.
And she invited us. Yeah, and I was like, oh, she lives down the street from us. And I was like, she's been so good to us. And I was like, you know what? Let's just bring her a bottle and swing by. But they were filming for the show. Oh. And when I got there, it was like they were filming. They were working. I mean, I've never been to like a recording of one of those shows before. I didn't realize they're working. They're on set,
Yeah. But remember, it was like my Bec Mitzvah on LadyGang TV.
Yeah, but
remember,
it's so
none of those people that came to like have a party Bec Mitzvah with us
actually had a party.
No, they watched us film the TV show.
Yes. And so that was what was happening. And then I stood there and I was like, I'm just making small talk with people I've never met before. And I was like, oh my God, I'm at a party making small talk with people I've never met. Get me out of here. So then I was like, I love you. Bye.
Wait, I just have a quick question about that. Was Sheena and Lala there?
I can't talk about it.
Oh, did you sign an NDA?
I don't know. I signed something on the way in. It was very dark.
Probably just a release to be on camera.
Yeah, but Chris put no camera. And I was like, you're no fun. Okay, anyway.
Good for him.
Okay, next thing. Fitness adventure. What are we not fitnessing anymore?
Mine is so specific but there's this workout class in LA. It's called Rise Nation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's this crazy, it's one room of this one machine. I think it's their signature machine. So it doesn't exist like in a random gym. And it's this crazy climbing thing. So your feet are moving and your arms are moving. And you can't stop. I mean, you can stop, but it fully comes to a stop. It's like self-propelled. You can't. So I think it was an hour-long class. And I remember I'm pretty like athletic and I work out regularly. So any class I go to, I can make it through, even if I don't really know, I'm not familiar, whatever. And I can find the bright side. I was 15 minutes into this class and I was like, I'm going to pull the fire alarm. Like that's how badly I want this class to end, but I don't want to offend anybody. I won't dare get off this machine or stop trying because I also want to be a star student in a workout class. But it was the worst experience of my life. I thought my heart was just going to burst out of my chest.
Oh my God. That
it's
sounds
crazy.
Like my nightmare.
It was crazy.
One of mine is just anything high intensity. Like I'm not a high intensity gal. I like low intensity. Give me Pilates, give me yoga, give me walking. Like I'm not running. Yeah. I'm not doing like berries was hard for me. I did it and I think I was okay at it, but I don't like it. Mm-hmm. And then my other thing is anything that doesn't have an alcoholic bevy at the end.
Oh, wow.
Like that's why I love a hike because I can do a little hike and then we can have a little brunch because there's always like somewhere to stop at the end. Like I like having a little reward, you know?
I understand.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, my never again fitness adventure is anything that they sell you on the beach. So like when I go on the vacation, when I go on vacation, I'm sitting on the beach and I'm being a lazy sloth person, just reading and enjoying it. And then I look out to the people who are like having an adventure on vacation. They're doing like
Oh.
the banana boat, or they're like going up in the air behind the boat with a sail.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
this happened to
The
me when I was in
parasail.
Vietnam. I was like, should we rent jet skis? Like, because I've been on many vacations. I'm so lucky. But like, you see people renting the jet ski and you're like, I should be a fun person that wants to like do a sexual fun little jet ski. Like like put my arms around Chris and like jet ski along the coast. And then we did it. And it was like the most uncomfortable. First of all, there's so much old water. There's water on the seat where it's like old and clammy. It's like,
Mhm.
is there like a nice shearling, like nice softy towel I could be sitting on instead of this like slippery seat thing that other people's bums have been? Like, it was just, I'm not doing it. You know what?
Mm-mm.
I'm a beach lounge chair reader, maybe dip my toes in the ocean. And that's
Yeah.
what it is. Never again am I going to feel the pressure to holiday beach activity.
God, I love a beach activity.
I hate a
love it.
snorkel. I hate a snorkel.
Oh, well, that's gross.
I do not like to go snorkeling. I get so, whatever the opposite of claustrophobia is like where you go underwater and you see how expansive the world is underneath. I don't like to ever know. And I wonder if a LadyGang girl will tell us if there's a word for this, but I get so much anxiety when I realize how big the world is and how small we are. Some
Yeah.
people love it and they think that perspective is so beautiful. But I hear those quotes where it's like, you're a speck of sand on a big old beach. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like it.
We're just little ants in the
I don't
grand
like
scheme.
it. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I think it's called thalassophobia, is like the fear of the wide ocean.
Of course, Jack knows. Of course, Jack knows.
She would
it.
know. Why did I say
Yeah.
a LadyGanger? It's going to be Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jared
She's
has it too. Anytime
He
we
does?
snorkel, he's like, oh, should we go over there? I'm like, let's go. I'm like leading the path through like the little caves.
Jared and I would be like Kristen Wiig and what's her name on Bridesmaids on the plane together, where she's like, do you see that woman on the wing of the plane? There's a pioneer
Yes.
woman. We're going down. Like
Yes.
that would be me and Jared snorkeling.
Literally. Oh my God. It's so funny.
Okay, never again, concert or event.
I think that I am finally nearing the end. Well, I have actually neared the end. I haven't gone in a few years of Coachella. Like, I think I have grown out of it, which is saying a lot with where I'm at in my life. And it's mostly because, and this can kind of be a wider range of things, it's so damn hard to get out of there. Like it takes hours.
That's such an old person thing to say.
Well, I'm usually pretty even
true.
keeled, but like you get me in a place where it's late, it's cold, and I want to be home so bad. And it's like I turn into a monster. Like, so any place that I can't get home easily from is what I'm not doing again.
Yeah. Mine is seeing musicals that I don't like. So I used to be the like musical theater nerd that I would go see anything on Broadway, right? It did not matter what it is. My perfect example of like a show I will never sit through again, it would be, unfortunately for you, Jack, it is Cats the Musical.
I only like Mr. Mistopheles. That's just the song.
But like that's the perfect example of I used to be such an artist in the sense that I could find the good stuff in any show, whatever it was. But in the last couple of years, I found myself in musicals being like, first of all, I paid $300 for this ticket.
They're so expensive.
So expensive. All I'm waiting for is intermission where I can refill my souvenir cup with red wine again. And I just felt like, God, I used to never wish this experience away.
Yeah.
So I'm sad.
That's a bummer.
I know.
No, it's hard because you used to go to shows and you'd be like, well, even if the show's bad, Jeremy Jordan was amazing. And you're like, I want to see their performance. Or like, maybe I want to see those Greg Barnes costumes or whatever. And now it's like,
maybe not.
I don't know. I bought tickets and I went by myself last time I was in New York and saw Company, which I love.
I love Company.
I know. And I just was like, I know. I don't know. I'm sorry about Company. It was great, but like I just was waiting for the Patti LuPone moment, and she came out and she did her moment, and then I was like, I can go, but then there was still another hour left in the show. Anyway, okay, my concert event is the Counting Crows. Sorry to Adam Dirt.
Why?
I love Counting Crows is like dare I say this? It's kind of like my Beatles. Like it was August and Everything After is the CD I had. I listened to it with my dad. Like he had it in his truck. It's one of my favorite full albums. It was like one of the last times I remember listening to an album, like where I know every word to it. And I just love them so much. And Chris and I have gone a couple times to see them live. And he is, I think, so creative or bored of his own music and is like, do I have to sing Rain Can again? Like, if I do, I'm going to kill myself, you know? That he changes it. He makes Rain King a ballad, and then he makes Raining in Baltimore like a fast one. And then so you're singing and you're like, it's raining in Baltimore. And then he sings it in a different melody cadence. So you're trying to sing along, but you can't. And Chris and I are looking at each other because we just want to be like, time and time again. Like, there's something about, I understand the nostalgia of like when we went and saw Third Eye Blind Jack. It was like, he sang Third Eye Blind the way it sounded on the record.
Give the people what they want.
No, this is my biggest pet peeve with artists is once they take liberties and like change their songs. They do like a key change or like a melody change. And you're right. People are like in the audience singing along as it was recorded. And then you're like, how do I like keep going here? Like, it's so, I hate when artists do that.
Yeah. I think they need to make a disclaimer. It's like, you know, it's like sing all your hits the way and then be like, hey, we're going to try something different and give us like an acoustic one song. You can have your artistic moment, but then give us what we need like as a normie, you know?
Play it the regular way too. You know,
and then play it and then be like, okay, this is for all the Lifer fans.
Because especially if it's like if it's your biggest song, like play it.
Yeah,
that's what people are coming to see. They don't care about your other songs.
Exactly. Okay, last never. I'll let you choose. Do you want to do designer item or do you want to do pop culture event?
My pop culture event. That was hard to think of because you gave us an example and then that threw me off because it was like New York City, Times Square, New Year's Eve. And then I was thinking, I can't think of another equivalent.
I know. It's like, that's
worse?
the one. That's the one.
That's one.
Like, yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I said was, I don't think it's a pop culture moment, but it's any restaurant on Valentine's Day.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So I just feel this, it's so awkward. First of all, it's so hard to get a reservation on Valentine's Day, right?
Impossible.
And then impossible. And then when you're there's so much pressure. It's almost like an anniversary dinner where there's so much pressure to have a good conversation, really be
fall back in love,
right? And then like the waiters come over and then you're like, this feels like you're watching me like have sex with my husband. It's so intimate. You know, it's not just a regular day. They're probably sitting there being like, oh, when's the divorce coming? Or do we think that these people even like each other? It's just too much pressure.
That's so
too much pressure.
Yeah.
Well, I was like kind of expanding on the Times Square New Year's Eve. Like I make this mistake every single year of going out anywhere. I'm like, let's go out to this bar or this
on New Year's Eve or
because on New Year's Eve, like I love to go out, like I love to make a moment of things, right? And every year I'm disappointed, and every year it's a total like chaotic mess.
Yeah.
So I have committed for the last 2 years. I'm like, rent a cabin in Big Bear, stay in, and then and then it's like also you're starting the new year in like such like icky vibes when you do that too. So I'm like, you know, trying to bring in like the calmness, I think.
Oh, that reminds me. Halloween in New York City. Every year that I lived in New York City, it was the same thing with Halloween. It was like one big Coachella exit.
Yeah.
You're just leaving a bar. You can't get a cab. It's freezing. You're in a cute costume, but you are freezing because it's so cold by that time. And it's just chaos and insanity. Like it's similar to St. Patrick's Day in New York City.
It's basically any holiday doing anything.
Any holiday ever.
Yeah. I'm going to go a little inside baseball on this. And mine's going to be I'm so sorry to everyone who thinks that they want to go to like an award show or a movie premiere after party. But I'm going to break this down for you Hollywood style. Like I am never again feeling like I need to go out to the after party after the premiere or red carpet. This happened to me at the Oscars last year. Justin Sylvester, my co-host on E! News, he's a party guy. Like he wants to go, he's single, like he wants to go out and see people and he has famous friends. Like, and so after the Oscars, I got up at 5 a.m. that day. I did 7.5 hours of live TV. And after the after party, he's like, we're going to the Elton John Oscar party, right? And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to like get invited to I don't get invited to these things. So the fact that we can go now, I was like, well, I should go. And then I go and it's a bunch of people standing in a room, judging each other's outfits. And then I'm like, I see Michelle from 5 years. Oh my God. And it's all small talk and I'm in the corset. And like, you know what? I had it right when after an award show, I went to Fat Burger and I got a big fry and a veggie burger and I put a robe on and I went home and Googled myself. That is my after party. Okay.
That really
my
is.
after party is what best and worst dress list did I make with a French fry? I'm not going to try to be social this year.
Yeah.
The Emmys are coming up and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not, because I heard Justin yesterday be like, what are we doing after the Emmys? And I was like, nothing.
Fries,
French
baby.
fry.
I love it.
So I have really good news. I've discovered something amazing. Our last Never Again is actually for our LadyGang listeners.
Ooh.
Never again, ladies, are you going to have to go into the Facebook group and ask for help with your photos because Adobe Firefly has you covered. Now, did you invite dummy Chad to your friend's wedding and then you broke up the next week and then you go on the Facebook group and you're like, can someone remove Chad? And then you have to wait for someone who knows how, you need to wait for the Jack of the group who knows how to remove Chad. Well, Adobe Firefly allows even the most technically challenged, I learned this, guys, to remove the Chads in your life easier from photos. Did you spend $1 zillion to go to Paris to take that photo with your lover or your friend or your sister or by yourself outside the Eiffel Tower? And then you're asking your Instagram husband to take this picture and he has it cropped wrong and there's not enough sky. He like took the top of the Eiffel Tower off, or maybe there's a zillion random tourists. Never again. Adobe Firefly helps you easily remove crowds, garbage, other unsightly elements from your busiest photos. And they also have this generative AI tool where you can expand a photo and it will literally like give you more sky, give you the top of the thing that your Instagram husband cut off. Is your Instagram husband not Chris Knight? Never again. You're not going to leave him on the island because he can't center you on the beach in your vacation picture. Adobe Firefly and its magical AI can generate more ocean to center you in the photo. It can even add a little overwater bungalow in your shot, even though you stayed on the budget-friendly beach hut, okay? You can really show people what's up. And when we come back, we asked the LadyGang community to share their own Never Again list, and they did not disappoint. This is all brought to you by Adobe Firefly. We are back. Okay, so we did something really fun. We went into the Facebook group and we asked the LadyGang community. So I have to tell you something. On Instagram, we posted about this and had people like write their never agains. We got more responses than we've ever gotten in the history of LadyGang.
Wow.
People were very fired up to add to the never again list. I mean, this episode could be 3 years long. And so we're going to share some of them and offer our hot takes on your LadyGang community never agains. Okay. Number 1, Bachelor weekends away.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see a recent, I don't know if it was Reddit or I saw it on Instagram, where this bride asked her wedding party to put aside $10,000 for the festivities, and that included the bachelorette weekend. And somebody screenshotted a text exchange between the bridesmaid and the bride, and the bridesmaid said something along the lines of, I really want to be there with you and support you and I love you and blah, 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 blah. I can't afford right now to spend $10,000. The bride wrote back and said something like, this is the most important weekend of my life. I need you to understand this. You could also consider taking out a loan or a credit card if you can max out it. And I was like, this person, I can't believe this person exists on planet Earth. That is the craziest thing I've ever read in my life.
The definition of narcissism. Like, it's so nuts.
Crazy.
I lost a friend over not going to their wedding in Greece.
You did?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not lost, but like I lost a friend.
Changed.
Yeah. It never was the same.
No.
Okay. Eating food other people brought to a potluck. Never again.
Well, you know what was so funny? I thought like in COVID, we'd be doing away with the buffets and like shared food situations. And it hasn't gone away, which was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
You know, or like a salad bar or something like that. Like other people are,
I just think about how every family has a different, it's very much ingrained in a family how long you leave food out on a counter.
Yeah.
There's some families that are very very
Aware.
lax. Very,
Oh yeah, very lax.
And then very lax. Like my friends' in-laws are completely not aware of the rules of food safety, and they will leave like breakfast out on the counter, and then they'll circle back to it for lunch, and like then again, and nothing will ever hit the refrigerator or be reheated, and it is so disgusting. So potluck, I feel the same way. Also, I know how I am when I cook a meal. I am not the most cleanly person because I'm not a professional chef. So I'm like maybe licking my finger and then putting it back onto the cupcake.
For sure. Yeah.
Yep. I love this one. Settling for less than I deserve in friendships. Never again. I love this because it's always about love. And I'm like, no, girl, you get your friendships right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Don't be friends with me because I'm bad. Okay. Work with people who negatively impact my mental health.
Well, I mean, if you have
That's
the
tough.
option, but sometimes it's unavoidable. It's called work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
But I think
most people don't work with people that they like. Like, let's be
No.
honest.
You usually have one person you really like, and then you both hate
And you
everyone
connect.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay. Never again not holding my boundaries with my mother-in-law.
Oh, another toughie.
Very tough.
Very tough.
You know what? I appreciate someone who knows boundaries. I was listening to someone was talking about why everyone's so enamored with Ariana Madix and like what it was that she did that like clicked in a way. Like Lindsay Hubbard's doing the same thing. I mean, people love Lindsay, but like, why was it Ariana? And someone said somewhere was like her ability to make a boundary and then stick to it, I think was very inspiring for a lot of women because we're just like, we make a boundary and then we're like, well, I don't know. Like we're wishy-washy. And I thought that was a very interesting take on it.
Yeah. And I'm not here to criticize, but like she did, but then she also stayed living in the house with her ex for
You're
like
true. You know what? You're right. Okay. Never mind. Bad example.
No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
No one's perfect.
Well,
Okay.
and also it's like it's a slippery slope though, because it's like boundary is like such a buzzword. It's like gaslighting, like
Yeah.
everybody's just like throwing it around. And it's like that, it gets slippery where it's like, then are you just being an asshole and you're using the word boundary as an excuse?
Yes.
Totally. I hate that.
I also have my own boundaries, but I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm never going to proclaim what they are. So you know what I mean?
That's smart.
Have them in your soul and stick with them, but you don't need to tell somebody like, I'm so sorry, I can't do this thing. It's actually a boundary of mine.
Yeah.
No, you just don't do the thing and keep it to yourself because a lot of people aren't gonna understand your boundary because they're not you and they don't have your backstory and your history with whatever that thing is. So then you just sound like Jack's saying, an asshole for having the boundary.
Yeah, that's smart.
Ooh. Becca dropping the truth bombs. Okay, couple more. Never again. One of our lady gangers said, wait in line to get into a bar or club. The hours in my life.
No. I won't wait in line for anything. No. Literally anything. There's
not even a
thing
sandwich at something about her. Speaking of Ariana Madix, like I really want to go try out those sandwiches. Last time I was in LA, the line was wrapped around the building. I said, there's no sandwich on planet Earth worth that line.
No, there's nothing. I literally can't think of a single thing worth a line. Not for me.
Like sometimes the CVS by my house, it has one person working. They have 8 tills, one person working, and then they don't have the like special, like you can check yourself out lane. I will drive knowing that to the other CVS because it has 8 self-checkout lanes and I never have to be in line. Yeah. If I'm going to buy Epsom salts, I want to be able to buy that Epsom salts quickly.
Well, CVS prescriptions is the only thing that I actually wait in a line for because you have to.
No, they'll deliver it.
Pharmacy lines.
I know. My delivery thing, whatever.
Okay. All right, next time. Okay. There's a couple more that are really good that I want to share with you. Never buy wallpaper.
What?
Never again.
Why?
So I feel this a little bit. I think as someone who had 3 different wallpapers in the LadyGang office, spent a lot of money on a nice wallpaper. I remember when I was going to make this closet a studio and I put a wallpaper up. I get very excited about a wallpaper. But instead of getting a wallpaper, I'm just going and getting a new notebook with a pretty cover because it's the same serotonin, but less work, less money. Okay. I even with my great wallpaper in my powder room that I love so much, I'm already ready for a refresh.
Yeah,
and
but that's the great thing about wallpaper is you can refresh it.
Not when you went to, an expensive wallpaper and you had to pay someone to hang it. It's kind of an expensive. It's an expensive endeavor. It's not paint, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
If you would have just come drew on my walls the way I wanted. Okay,
She'll
next.
never forget.
Last one. Never again. I love this. Never date a man who could only text me when he had Wi-Fi.
What? Excuse me?
Wi-Fi?
I don't know. This is a
So
lady
no
gang.
cell phone plan.
No cell phone plan. Only Wi-Fi. Had to get on
Interesting.
Wi-Fi.
This sounds sketchy. This sounds very
Like
weird
burner
to me.
phone.
Yeah.
International man of mystery. Where's he
Yes.
from? Why doesn't he even have that little cheapy cell phone service? Like,
yeah.
I'll text
Like
you
Ryan
when I
Reynolds,
get to Wi-Fi.
doesn't he have a cheap cell phone service?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
found out
like
about a hack about those that they basically just like rent cell phone like space at cell phone towers of big networks. So you
Yeah.
have the same like
Yes.
coverage.
Yeah.
Just for cheaper.
You know, it almost got me his most recent commercial about this thing. It was like whatever I forget the Cricket. Is that his company?
I think so, yeah.
It's $30 a month or something, no matter what. And I thought to myself, normally I'm not really listening and I don't get got by those. But then I started thinking, do I need Cricket?
Yeah.
Damn, Deadpool really getting you. Okay, my last one is never again off-brand dishwasher detergent.
Disagree.
Yeah. Huh?
I don't know. Is it bad?
Well,
No.
off-brand meaning I use this really like niche brand that I heard was cleaner as far as, doesn't leave toxins or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that considered off-brand or they mean like the generic version of something that's like
I don't
that's
know.
not-
I think they think the generic is just all full of water. I'm going to actually ask for a lady
No.
ganger. If this is you, can you not to dig into the sconces of it all, but can you dig in and let us know more about this? Because I feel like this is an
Some
adulting hack
people
we need
are-
to.
Yeah.
Tide Pod, is it Tide
Lovers.
Pod or is that laundry detergent? I don't know. I'm an
That's
idiot.
laundry.
Cascade.
Anyway, on that note, never again. This was fun, and I love that we have our boundaries, even if we're not keeping them to ourselves. We're letting everyone know. And I actually am very excited about this partnership with Adobe Firefly because there's nothing that drives me more crazy than actually it doesn't drive me crazy. I know what it is now, but what I call the tiempo de Jacqueline, which is Jack time. Which is like when
Tiempo de Jacqueline.
yeah, tiempo de Jacqueline. It's Jack time, and so it's like Jack. Her creative brain is so different than my brain. Where I wake up at 7 a.m. and I was like, "Ooh, I have 16 things on my to-do list. I'm going to do them all in the next 30 minutes, and then I can be free." And Jack has to wait for the inspiration. And when you force her to do something when she's not in her zone of genius, it does not work. So the tiempo de Jacqueline. But now that I have Adobe Firefly, I can actually do more things. So I don't need her to remove, this
Tiempo de Kelty.
Tiempo de Kelty. I don't need her to remove I was looking through some photos of us backstage in Austin and Dallas, and we're messy Bessies, and there's a lot of garbage laying around our dressing room.
yeah.
And I wanted to post some of these cute photos, but there's just trash everywhere, like wrappers of Cheetos and stuff. I just went into Adobe Firefly and I removed them myself. I didn't have to ask Jack to fix it for me. I didn't have to ask her to remove the white cord from our beautiful photo of the three of us in the hallway. I just did it myself. So
Wow.
listen, the last thing I want to tell you about this is just this is going to help your life. So, we love a great show promo, whether it's a social post, tour flyer, or video. And sometimes I know a lot of you are using and they want to make your own wedding invitations or baby Ford's birthday invitations, or, the thing for the potluck at work. You want to make a sign that you can print out at work. So never again will we waste time or sacrifice our creative vision. Firefly is Adobe's family of generative AI models that is integrated directly into Adobe workflows. So Adobe Firefly helps you bring your creative visions to life with generative AI tools that make it easy to imagine and create with ease, speed, and precision. You can swipe a finger to remove people or objects from a photo. You can dream up an image. You can also do hey, I need a cookout thing. Can you put a bonfire and a hot dog and a whatever, and then a sign that says for sale or whatever? It's amazing. With Adobe Express, you can generate image and generate text effects in the quick and easy content creation app powered by Firefly. With Generate Text Effects, add sparkling 3D text by typing a quick description and then what it wants you to say. So if it's I'm a Keltie. You can literally write that and it'll show up. If you can't find a stock image that brings your vision to life, you can use generate image to type in a description and choose from the options. I need Keltie, Jack, and Becca on a beach in Florida. Information coming soon. Plus, you can easily access all the tools right from your phone, both in the app and the web page. So everyone, please, please, please try Adobe Firefly today. Go to express.adobe.com or download the Adobe Express app to try for yourself and see the magic of generate image and generate text powered by Adobe Firefly. The moral of the story, never waste time, energy, or emotion on perfecting your photos, spicing up your social media post, or promoting your business. Try Adobe Firefly. Explore now with Lightroom, Photoshop, or Adobe Express today. Visit adobe.com to learn more.
We weren't here for a long time. We were here for a Firefly time.
Adobe time.